of physical distribution and compare sa flow systems. Okay, but before that, again, I'll be providing you some samples po of ano ba yung ginagawa uli ng dito sa facilities planning. Okay. So this is an example of warehouse redesign. Okay, so hoping nakikita niyo yung screen ko. Ano? Okay. So, ayan, may mga ginagamit silang mga sabihin nating products. Ito po, yung mga products na yun nakalagay, naka-allocate dito sa mga shelves or sa mga racks na to. Okay, yan. Clearly identified. So, ito yung current layout nila. They have an office here, a space here, and then yan. Okay? Ngayon, syempre, kung gusto mong ma-improve yung layout, kailangan mo pag-aralan yung lahat ng mga movement. Yan, kinonsider din nila yung ano bang itsura dapat ng rock formation, and or yung shelves na, yes? I see. Sige, hold on. Guys, nakikita niyo ba? Okay. Sige, sorry. Okay. One more. Thank you po. Okay, let me try again. Yeah, hoping nakikita niyo na. Okay, good. Yes. So, again, what I was saying, ito po yung isang example nung project regarding sa warehouse redesign. So, ito po ay isang thesis na ginawa nila. So, supposedly ganito yung gagawin natin pero hindi nga po natin magagawa kasi you're not allowed to go outside or to look for a company to do a surveying or any study. So ayan, but puntahan na lang po natin yung uh, mga analysis na ginawa nila. So currently, ito yung layout nila. So naka-identified kung saang location, saang part ng shelf natin or yung mga rack natin or mga storage rack nakalagay yung bawat product. So ito po yung mga products nila. Okay? And then ito yung current layout. And then, ayan. So, if they are planning to do a layout, redesign, so pag-aaralan nila yung mga movement ng tao, movement ng materials papunta, palabas, and then within this facility. Okay, this layout or this warehouse. Pero part ng study nila, tinignan nila yung itsura ng rock formation. So, ayan. Ayan, tinignan din nila yung fishbone rock formation for the aisle configurations. Ayan, so just giving you an overview kung anong itsura pa ng other part ng warehouse. And then, yun, nag-derive sila ng alternatives. So, kung napansin nyo, nagkaroon ng movement dito sa rocks nila. Ano? Okay? So, again, I'm just providing a sample of a study related sa facilities design. Ngayon, syempre, yung alternative na to kailangan ng proofing. Kailangan natin ng, kumbaga, uh, ano yung rationale or ano yung benefits na makukuha natin dito, ano yung mga considerations kagaya ng pinrovide natin last week na example, ano. So, yan. So, they have this alternative too. Ayan, tinignan nila yung order picking. Ayan. So, paano daw pag may order, saan pupunta, and then saan rack pupunta, and then saan dadalhin. Okay, so ito. So, parang spaghetti diagram din. Ano? Okay po. So, ito yung current layout and then anong implications niya pag nagkaroon tayo ng movement. So, ito po yung magiging itsura ng movement. So, again, kailangan dito i-calculate yung total distance, di ba? And how frequent ba yung nagiging movement. Kasi posible dun sa time of study, um, yun, may order. Pero sa mga susunod namang araw, wala naman pala. So, gaano ba ka-frequent yung order dito sa halimbawa sa part number na to or sa materials na to? Okay? Para ma-evaluate natin ng husto itong spaghetti diagram. Okay, so this one is the first alternative. So ganito yung naging itsura niya. And then for the second alternative, ganito naman po yung naging itsura. So again, ang hanggat maaari na iniiwasan natin dito yung congestion. And then yung mga parang banggaan. Ano? which is, I think dito, may nakikita tayong mga banggaan. So hangga't maaari, iniiwasan natin yan. Okay? And then, syempre, tiningnan din nila yung relationship between one department to another. So ito, titingnan natin maya-maya. Okay, so may mga letters dito for, ayan, like for example, yung A stands for kailangan daw na close yung dalawang department na yun. For example, itong order compilation and then swim baits. Okay? And then itong packaging material and then yung packaging department. Kailangan magkadikit. Okay? So as with the shipping and then yung packaging. Okay pa? So yan, mamaya tingnan natin kung paano ba siya basahin pa ng gusto. Okay? So ito ginagamit in quantifying yung alternatives. Dun sa dati, pinakita ko lang sa inyo from to chart. From to analysis na very simple. Dalawang columns lang and then distance. And then yung visual through spaghetti diagram. Pero ito, nilagyan nila ng konting IE tool, which is tinatawag din siyang activity relationship planning. Okay? So yan, So yan nga po yun. And then yun yung mga considerations. Ayan, we have space utilization, ease of access, cost of implementation, long-term visibility, and so on and so forth. Then tinignan din nila yung mga criteria, 10%, 45%, 25%, and so on. Okay? So, yan. And then, syempre, yung mahalaga yung distance traveled. Okay? So, yan. Ganyan yung klase ng analysis na ina-expect sa facilities layout or facilities redesign. Okay pa? Okay. So, if I may, tingnan ulit natin yung PowerPoint or lecture natin. So, do you have questions dito sa pinakita nating sample thesis? Wala naman? Okay. So, kung wala, balikan lang natin to. Okay. So, dito tayo last time, ano? So, pag ang ating flow ay within or flow into a manufacturing facility, tinatawag natin siyang materials management, papunta sa manufacturing facility. Okay, like for example, ito mula sa ating mga vendors, papunta sa mga purchasing function natin, receiving, so on and so forth. So ito yung mga kinoconsider sa or part ng materials management system. Pag naman po within, kung kanina papunta into, ito naman po within a manufacturing facility, tinatawag natin siyang material flow systems. Okay? Okay. So dito, pinakita last time yung iba't ibang layout or iba't ibang flow systems natin na nagva-vary depende sa kung anong layout. For example, production line, fixed layout, uh, cellular layout, or product family layout, or group technology layout, and then process layout. So, ayan. Yan nga po sa department type or sa ating kauna-unahan product line departments. So, product yung basis natin. For example, we have the product 1, ito yung process. Product 2, ito yung process. Product 3, ito yung process. Product 4, ito yung process. Hold on po. Okay. And then so on and so forth. So yung flow niya, once again, is parang masa-separate natin sa isa't isa. Ano kada product line. Okay po. Next, ito naman yung flow systems for fixed location. So, ito yung process, ito yung machine natin. So, yung process ay i-move natin papunta sa finished product kung saan natin ginagawa. So, again, this one is applicable for fixed layout or hindi iniibo yung product. Or kung halimbawa, yung mga ship natin, mga airplanes, ayan. Okay, and then once na ready na, finish na yung product, saka natin dadalhin sa warehouse. So again, yung arrow dito determines yung material flow. And then ito naman po for cellular layout. So kung mapapansin nyo, nagkaroon sila ng cells dito. Cell 1, cell 2, cell 3, cell 4. Okay, and then ito yung flow within the manufacturing. Okay? And then ito yung isa. Okay po. Then ito naman po yung sa process layout natin. So ito yung nangyayaring flow. Kung mapapansin nyo, instead na cellular na, yung cellular natin may 4 na machines, 4 na processes kaagad na pinagsasama-sama natin sa isang cell or pinagtatabi-tabi natin. Ito naman po, ang magkakatabi is yung mga machines na ginagamit of the same process. Okay, and then yung mga product natin is mag-move na lang. Ayan, kagaya halimbawa nito. May product 1 ka, pupunta dito, and then pupunta doon. I-drill natin, i-weld natin, ipe-paint natin, i-assemble natin, and then i-store natin. Okay? So ito for um, few products, fewer volume, or less volume, or low volume. Pero madami namang klase ng products ang pwede mong magawa. Iba't ibang klase ng products or high variety. Okay? Ngayon, ang tawag naman po, yung kanina, materials management, yung pagpasok sa facility natin, manufacturing facility. Ang tawag naman po sa flow of products within the manufacturing facility ay ito po, material flow systems. Ngayon naman po, physical distribution naman po yung tawag pag parang outbound. Ibig sabihin, palabas ng ating manufacturing facility. Okay? So, ito naman yung mga components ng ating physical distribution centers. Of course, yung ating customers, yung ating warehouse, handling and transportation na gagamitin in moving the finished products, and of course, yung mga distributors. Yun. In terms of flow patterns, yun nga po, within, nahahati natin yan sa 3, within departments, flow within workstations, flow within departments, and flow within or between departments. So ito commonly ginagamit to pag mga departmental planning na. So hindi na masyado siyang related sa manufacturing. Kasi na-consider natin dito yung mga within departments, for example, is Office 1 to Office 2, so on and so forth. So most commonly yun yung application niya. Okay? So, ayan. So, dito tinitingnan natin yung flow analysis. So, there are several factors that affecting the flow pattern. We have the flow information, flow analysis information, yung flow patterns natin. Ito po, flow planning, measuring the flow, and then mag-vary siya depende sa kung anong klaseng layout. May measure natin siya through flow dominance, and then makakapag-form tayo ng group or machine cell formation through yung several algorithms natin, kagaya halimbawa nung na-discuss natin last time, yung direct clustering or yung King's algorithm, and then many other types of cell formation or product family formation. Okay? So yun, skip natin to. So dito sa flow analysis, medyo nadaanan naman natin to ng simula. Ano yung ilan dito? So once again, flow analysis. So ito yung mga common tools na ginagamit, assembly chart. Okay? Again, talking of flow, di ba? So, ito yung product, and then i-assemble, isasama yung sub-assembled items, and then hanggang makagawa yung ma-finish natin yung product. Okay? So again, flow. And then, pwede rin gamitin yung operations process chart, kagaya nito. Okay? So, dito naman, included yung routing natin or processes na ina-undergo ng kada part. For example, itong component na ito na ipoproduce natin. Ito yung mga processes na pinagdadaanan niya hanggang sa mag-come up tayo sa finished product. Okay? And then, of course, yung process flow, again, flow analysis yung ating target. So, pwede rin gamitin yung ganitong klaseng tool. Okay? So, as multi-product. Okay? Then, flow diagram, kasi we're talking of flow analysis, yung movement within the movement of materials dun sa ating planta. Okay, so the movement is represented by the line in the plant drawing. So kami normally pag nagawa lang kami na ganito, medyo mahirap siyang intindihin dito. Ano, pero for example, ito yung movement. Parang titingnan lang natin yung kanyang movements. Okay, nung product natin sa with regards sa or ido-drawing natin sa isang blueprint or plant layout. Okay? Then, pwede rin natin gamitin sa flow analysis yung from to chart. So, kung dating yung na-provide kong table, kung natatandaan nyo, um, nakalagay lang doon halimbawa TRTE, and then nakalagay dito from to, and then yung distance. Kung natatandaan nyo yung ganyan. From to halimbawa warehouse to a machine, sorting machine, and then may kinumpit silang or determine nila yung distance. Ayan. And then so on and so forth. Nakatiba lang. So, instead of tabulating it, pwede nating ilagay siya sa isang from to chart. For example, mula sa store papunta sa sewing machine, 500 meters. Or sorry, siguro ay binala 500 centimeters. Okay? Or 5 meters. Tama, sana tama yung conversion ko. Ano. Pero, ayun. Mula sa ating storage papunta sa ating sewing machine, 500 yung distance, for example. Ito yung layout natin. Commonly, ginagawa lang natin block diagramming. Ayan, sana tama. Ayan, for example, ito yung ating storage, ito yung sewing. Yung distance nila is 500 meters. Okay? And then yung sewing sa grinding process, yung distance nila ay, sorry, mali yung aking drawing, pero ayan, kasi dapat mas malapit yung grinding kesa sa sewing machine mula sa storage. So that's 1 meter. And then so on and so forth. Okay, so ito naman, we are just after sa kung paano siya basahin. Ano, so mula sewing to lathe machine, that's 300 meters. Mula welding, papunta sa grinding machine or grinding process, that's 200. Question po sa pagbabasa nito ng from to chart. Wala po? Okay. So, kasi kung wala, mula dun sa dati nating sample, sana ito, from to chart, sana nakikita nyo. Gusto ko sana gawin natin to. Ayan. Ito po, i-reflect natin sa ganito. Kayang gawin? Kaya naman po, ano? Okay, so siguro lagyan natin ng sample. Okay, so again, pwede namang bigyan lang natin ng sample to. Okay, gawin natin yung from to chart. Ito, again, posible yung gumawa nitong analysis na to ay hindi alam ko yung paano gawin yung from to chart na imposible. Ano, pero ito po siya. Sorry. Sabihin natin warehouse, nano input. Ililista lang po natin yung lahat ng mga nano output, yung lahat ng mga processes or sabihin natin departments. And then warehouse given molding. Ayan, kunwari, tapos na tayo dito. And then, syempre, ilalagay mo ulit doon yung warehouse, nano input, nano output, FG, so on and so forth. So, warehouse to warehouse, syempre, blanco siya. Mula warehouse, again, ito po yung from, and then ito yung to. Mula warehouse to nano input, that's 93.3. And then, mula warehouse to nano output, wala naman. Warehouse to finished goods, wala rin. And then for this one, nano input to nano output, nano input to nano output, that's 14.7. Okay? So far, naka-follow? And then nano output to finished goods, that's 81.4. So yun, halos kapareho lang din naman nito. Okay? Pareho lang sila. Okay, so with that said, i-ask kung kompletuhin natin to. Ano, so I'll be providing this as a sample sa inyo. I'll just remove some items here. Okay, and then gagawin natin yung from to chart. Okay po. Para at least ma-experience naman natin yung paggawa ng from to chart na yun. Questions? Copy? Okay, so seems yes. Okay, so with consideration naman po sa flow patterns, flow within workstations. So meron tayong mga motions, mga flow na kino-consider, some ergonomics. So pwedeng simultaneous, so coordinated yung hands natin and arms, symmetrical. Ayan, and then natural and habitual. So, ayan. So again, ito po ay with regards sa motion studies and ergonomics, tinitingnan din natin yan. So flow within departments, ayun, nagva-vary siya from one department to another. Depende sa kung anong product family meron siya. For example, this one is we only have one machine and then isang machine, isang operator. Ibig sabihin, may isang tao naka-assign sa isang machine. So ang tawag naman dito end-to-end. Ibig sabihin mula dito papunta doon, end-to-end. Okay? And possibly ito rin po back-to-back yung maging flow natin. Ibig sabihin ganito yung itsura niya. We have same thing, we have one operator, one machine, one operator, one machine. And then papaganon yung flow. Pababa. Okay? Then ito naman po yung two machines, isang operator lang yung nag-handle dun sa machines na yan. So ang flow, syempre, papaganito, pababa. Ang tawag naman sa kanya, front to front. Okay? O kanina, back to back. Ito po, end to end. Ngayon, if we have more than two machines, nakasell na, may isang machine, or sorry, isang tao, and then maraming machines. So, pwede nating tawagin siya as circular. So, commonly nangyayari siya pag mga U-shape yung layout natin or may na-form na tayong cell. Okay? So, ito yung mga machines. Isang tao lang. So, kung mapapansin nyo, yung kanyang flow ay pa-circular. Okay? Then, just in case, ito parang halos end-to-end din naman po. Pero we have one machine, one operator. Add angle naman po kung medyo hindi ito masyadong applicable eh. Pero, ayun, parang end-to-end din naman po siya. Okay? Ngayon, other flow patterns ay yung parallel. So in a process department, little flow should occur between workstations within departments. So kagaya nito, parallel. Pwede kasing hindi, halimbawa, okay, natapos na siya dito. Sorry. Marker. And for example, natapos na siya dito. Saan ka? Okay, natapos na siya dito. So dadalhin niya dun yung part. Then ito, dadalhin naman niya dun yung part. Kaya po siya nakalagay na ganyan. Yan yung itsura. And besides, it is parallel to the aisle. So ito yung daan natin. And then ito naman po, pwedeng ganito rin yung ating layout or itsura ng ating process operator machine layout natin. So we have two aisles dito. So perpendicular naman po yung nagiging movement natin. Okay? Pwedeng pag natapos na yung part, dadalhin niya doon or pwedeng dadalhin niya doon. Okay? Or pwedeng ito, dadalhin niya doon. Yung part na natapos na, dadalhin niya doon. Okay? So that's called perpendicular. And then pwede rin po diagonal yung magiging flow natin. Okay? Questions? Okay. So, flow between departments naman po is a criterion often used to evaluate flow within the facility. So, flow typically is combination of the basic horizontal flow patterns. Ito, madali na naman to. For example, straight U flow, serpentine flow. Ayan, kitang-kita niyo naman yung itsura. Web S flow, circular flow, L flow. Okay? So, ito, very common na makita yung mga straight U flow. Ngayon, bakit natin siya kailangan malaman? Kasi guys, ayan, but before that, I think nauna dapat But, ayan, so straight U flow kasi nakaka-impact siya sa ating cycle time. Maya-maya makikita natin kung bakit. Okay, so with regards naman po sa kung nasan dapat yung ating entrance and then exit. For example, ito yung planta natin saan dapat nakalagay yung entrance exit. So may pwedeng same location, kagaya po nito, same lang yung entrance, same lang din yung exit. Okay, isang point lang po yung labasan at pasukan. Pero sa ngayon sa COVID, hindi siya applicable. Kung dati halimbawa sa amin sa company, kung dati po ay ganito yung aming itsura na ito po yung halimbawa daan natin. Okay, sorry, mali ako ng ano. Tama ba? Ayan, yan po yung daan natin. Okay? Okay, hindi ko makita ang mouse pointer. So ito po yung daanan natin. Kung dati ay pwedeng same yung pasukan, same yung labasan. Ngayon hindi na po. Dapat magkahiwalay. Isa lang yung daanan papuntang papasok and then a separate na pintuan para sa labasan. So kagaya halimbawa, hindi pwede sa SM, sa SM ganito yung itsura niya, di ba? Same lang yung entrance and then exit. Okay, and then we have the adjacent side. Dito po yung entrance, then dito yung exit. Okay, naka-adjacent. And then pwede rin naman po same side but at opposite ends. So dito naman po yung pasukan, then parang may pintuan dito, and then may pintuan din po dito. Okay, para yung movement ng tao, ng material ay ma-separate. And then ito naman po on opposite sides, one here and then the other side ay doon. Okay? And then several other flow patterns. Ayan po. Okay. Sa industry naman commonly pag nag-work ka na, ayan, magdidepende na siya kung ano ba yung established na design ng facilities. Okay. So sa flow planning, ayan po, meron tayong mga uninterrupted flow paths kagaya nito. And then kung minsan, meron tayong mga interrupted flow paths. So ito nangyayari kung minsan may mga sharing of machine kagaya nito. Or yung machine natin hindi maibo. So nangyayari yan. So kaso, syempre meron tayong mga congestions na nangyayari, may mga intersections which possibly, yun nga, interrupt yung flow. Okay? Pero sometimes kasi hindi na talaga maibo yung mga machines. Kumbaga naka-fix na siya doon. Okay. So for example, a directed flow path through progressing from the origin to destination is a flow path without backtracking. Ibig sabihin na backtracking, babalik. For example, yung flow ABCD, ano po ang total distance traveled? 50 plus 50 plus 50 plus 75 plus 25. That's 250. Ngayon, kung yung flow mo, halimbawa yung mga point A, mga machine or departments, halimbawa yung naging flow mo is A, B, A, C, D. So A, pupunta ng B, then babalik ka ng A, then pupunta ka ng C, then pupunta ka ng D. So ano total distance traveled? So we have A to B, we have 50 plus 50, ito po. Then B to A, B to A, 50 plus 50. Okay? And then A to C, that's 50 plus 50 plus 50, 50 plus 50 plus 50, kasi A to C. And then we have C to D, 75 plus 25. So yung total distance traveled is 450. So ito yung mga ayaw natin mangyari, yung mga backtracking. which is posible na mag-exist sa isang company. Okay? So, kailangan nating malaman yung flow. Okay. So, dito po sa flow planning, ang goal niya is reduction of flow by eliminating flow by planning for the delivery kung saan daw siya dapat ilalagay, and ayun, depende sa point of use. Okay? And then minimizing multiple flows by planning the flow between two consecutive points and then combining flows. So again, theoretical naman to, ano. And then minimizing the costs can be achieved for manual reduction ng manual handling by minimizing yung total distance traveled, minimizing any motion, and then automating the flow. Okay, para maiwasan yung mga interruptions. Okay, mga banggaan, mga collisions. Ayan. In measuring the flow, tinitingnan natin siya in two ways. One is quantitative, depende sa number of pieces per hour. For example, nakakapag-produce ka 30 pieces kada oras. So, ayan. And then, pwede rin nating makita siya in a qualitative. Kumbaga, depende sa pangangailangan. Gaano ba dapat ka-close yung dalawang departments. Okay? And then, ano yung departments na dapat hindi magkatabi. So, kung natatandaan niyo yung relationship planning natin kanina na sample, ito po. Ayan. So, ito po yung ibig sabihin namin ng quantitative or qualitative analysis or qualitative measure. Okay? So, ito, example of quantitative. So, tinignan natin yung mileage or distance mula sa isang airport papunta sa another airport. Okay, so for example, Atlanta to Boston, that's 1,000 miles. So again, para rin siyang from-to chart. Okay? So instead na ilalagay mo siya in a table similar to this one, pwede natin siyang mai-present kagaya nito. Nakalagay siya sa from-to chart. Okay po? And then pwede rin natin siyang mabasa through the triangular mileage chart. Paano siya basahin? So ano pong ibig sabihin ng 1037 doon? Mula Atlanta to Boston. Anong ibig sabihin ng 372 doon? Mula distance mula Atlanta papunta kay North Carolina. Okay? Ano ibig sabihin ng 452 doon? The distance between Chicago to Pennsylvania. Tama ba ako? Pittsburgh. Hindi ko sigurado kung Pennsylvania ata. Okay. So, naintindihan po itong kung paano basahin to? Yung triangular mileage chart. Okay? So again, pag na-encounter kayo ng ganito, at least maalam kayo magbasa. Okay. So another approach is ito, quantitative flow measurement. Tinitingnan from to chart naman to. Distance mula storage to milling, distance mula storage to turning. That's 6, sabihin natin 6 meters. Okay, so halos kapareho lang din. Mula plating to milling, that's 3 meters. Mula assembly to storage, that's 1 meter. Okay? Question? Wala naman? Okay. So, kailangan nating malaman yung from to chart or paano ba gawin yung from to chart. First, kailangan mong ilista lahat ng mga departments. So, kagaya nito, ilista lahat ng mga departments na ito. Okay? So, warehouse, nano input, nano output, finished goods. Warehouse given na. So, molding, TRT arming, bar bending, TRT line. Tapos na tayo sa arming. Output, then TRT-EFG, and then so on and so forth. Okay, so nilista natin siya, nakagaya nito. And then, kaso, ito yung kailangan natin malaman. Ano bang itsura niya dito sa layout natin? Okay? Kasi hindi kasi common itong straight line. 'Di ba? Na ito yung ito yung isang process, then next process, next process, next process. Commonly kagaya halimbawa nito, hindi mo alam kung medyo may sulat eh. Hindi mo alam kung nasaan ba yung isang department na 'to, kung ano ba yung sinasabi na molding, nasaan siya dito. Ano, yeah, puwede nating posible na W shape siya or another shape na ma-form, okey? Ito kasi hindi ko sigurado yung process dito ano, so mahirap masabi kung anong klase ng flow meron, okey? Kung anong klase ng shape yung flow natin, pero definitely kailangan mong ilista lahat ng departments. Ngayon, so kung babalikan natin, actually mali yung aking input dun, kung babalikan natin yung kanina. Sabi ko sa inyo mahalagang ma-evaluate natin yung flow, kung papaano bang itsura ng flow kasi it influences yung ating cycle time or gaano ba kabilis magagawa yung kada isang unit. Okay? Like for example, this one, ito yung precedence diagram. Ang A pupunta kay or process A, tapos process B, tapos process C, so on and so forth. Ngayon, 12 minutes yung ating cycle time. Ibig sabihin yan, kaya tayo mag-produce ng 12 minutes 12 minutes to produce 1 unit. Okay? Ngayon, syempre, i-evaluate mo ano ba dapat yung itsura ng layout natin. So, paano pag straight line? So, pag straight line, igugrupo natin siya into SL1 or workstation. I think mas applicable yung workstation na term. And then we have C and D. Ayan, workstation 2 and then workstation 3. And then kung mapapansin nyo dito, so tatlong workstations na siya. 12 yung ating cycle time. Okay, 12 yung ating cycle time, 12 minutes. And then yung total time niya, 9 plus 12 plus 3 is 24. So ang efficiency niya ay 66.7%. Ngayon, pag tinignan naman natin sa U-shape line, ibig sabihin para tong sinel natin, nilagay natin sa cell na yan, dapat ganito yung magkasama yung machine dito. Machine A, machine B, machine C, or process C, process D, and then process E, and then posible may tao dito. Okay? So, anong nangyari? Dalawang workstations lang. Posible rin po posible rin po na halimbawa dito yung tao, then dito, then dito yung tao, nagmamanage siya for workstation AB for machines or process AB and process E. So, dalawang workstations lang siya. So, 24 din yung total. 12 plus 12 divided by 2 times 12. So, mas efficient siya. So, kaya kung yung ibang company, mas tinitingnan nila yung U-shape. Okay? As compared to just a straight line. Kumbaga, mapapabilis natin yung output. Okay? Okay. So, after natin sorry mali yung ating input nito. So, after nating malista lahat ng departments, kailangan natin ma-measure yung kanilang hangga't maaari accurately yung kanilang distance or equivalent flow volumes. And then, based on the flow paths, for each item to be moved, established within the flow, kailangan natin i-record yung flow volumes niya in the from-to chart. So, yung iba, guys, when they are developing from-to chart, nilalagay lang nila distance. Pero kung kailangan natin i-consider itong flow volume, ibig sabihin, posible kasi may mga items na masyadong mas mabigat na mas matatagal i-move. So hindi siya basta pwedeng i-measure through distance. So kailangan natin lagyan siya ng weighting, konting weight. Okay, so ito, tuloy natin siya next call. I think bitin na tayo sa oras. Questions, guys. So ituloy natin siya next call. And then for the meantime, I'll provide you this, and then gagawan niyo po siya ng from to chart. Okay, with reference lang po sa distance. Questions po? Questions, guys? Yes, from to chart lang. Kagaya. Wala po muna yun. Kasi ang problema dun, mas maganda sana kung may sample tayong maayos. Kaso ang hirap magbigay ng sample. So ito lang po, prompt to chart lang tayo mula dito. Ito kasi hindi natin alam yung mismong flow. Kasi hindi natin alam kung nasaan ba yung molding, nasaan ba yung bar winding. Medyo mahirap. So prompt to chart lang muna tayo. Okay pa? Get it? Okay. So again, ipoprovide ko to. Pwede nito maging basis. Magde-delete lang ako ng konti dito. Questions po? Questions? Wala? So again, i-update ko na lang yung UBN, I think later today. And then you may start working only on this part, creating the prompt to chart. Lilinisin ko lang ng konti dito. Okay? Yeah. Yes. Yes, recorded po. Ata. I see. Okay. Sorry. Yes, recorded po. Okay, so again, tingnan nyo na lang yung playlist natin sa facilities. Kasi na-update ko yan, hindi ko lang na-share sa inyo yung link, YouTube link. Okay, thank you po. Any more questions? Good. Okay, so since wala nang question, let me just save yung attendance natin. Clear. Yes. Hold on lang po ha. Okay, ayun. Okay po. So I think that's all for today po. So tuloy natin tong discussion natin sa next call. Okay? So salamat po guys and have a great day. Paalam po. Thank you po.